Well, thank you very much. I appreciate you guys showing some of my past press conference speech. I had to kind of cross a couple things out, and because I really believe in what I believe, and it was really humbling for me to sit there and see that, and then to stand up here and see just the outpouring of support from the community, from the organization, on behalf of my family, and I thank you so much. And Mr. Tepper, Mrs. Tepper, Dave, Nicole, I thank you so much for entrusting me with your prized football franchise. And I can promise you this: I'll work each day with everything that I have, and I'll hire staff that will work each day with everything that we have that makes you proud of your organization. Mr. Tepper talked a little bit about it, but it was really clear from the moment we pulled up to our house. I got off the plane from Mexico. We had spent a couple days there after the bowl game, and I called Steven and said, hey, we're a couple minutes away, we're maybe a minute late. And I believe in process. I believe in doing things the right way. And I think when you're trying to make a decision about moving your family, what job you're going to go to, all those different things, you want to go to someone who does things right. And when the owner, when Marty, the general manager, when they're already at your house before you get there, when they help you carry things in, when you see them sit there and talk to your kids, I sat there with my wife and I said, there's no doubt that we share a common vision. There's no doubt that we believe in doing things the right way. And I thank you guys for the process. It's been so first class. And I know that Mr. Tepper, I know that Marty will truly be partners as we move forward. For anyone who knows anything about me, they know that family's the most important thing to me. And I would not be where I am today if it were not for my wife, Julie, my son, Bryant, my daughters, Vivian, Leona. Years ago, Julie and I, before our son was born, and he was eventually born, we were at Western Carolina, and my first recruiting trip, I had strep throat. And I called the coach, thinking coaches could have a day off. I didn't know at the time that coaches don't get a day off. And he said, well, you have strep throat, that's too bad. Get to Charlotte, you have to go recruiting. And so I got in the backseat of the car, and Julie drove me to West Charlotte, and I walked in, and I talked to the coach, and I did my job, and she drove me all day around the schools in Mecklenburg County, and then we drove back to Cullowhee. She's a special woman. And I would not be able to be here. I would not be able to have had success at Temple and Baylor if it was not for her and for my family now. Sometimes making a change is easier for the coach. I'm going to stay here, and they're going to head back. So I appreciate them. I appreciate all that they've meant to me. My mom and dad, who've moved to Temple to be there with us, moved to Baylor and can't be here today, I'm so grateful for them. Julie's dad moved to Waco as well. We want to be a part of this family, and we're grateful for our family that we have. People have asked me, why the call, why the draw, why do you want to take on this next chapter of your life? Well, Coach, you had a great thing at Baylor. Why did you want to go to the NFL? And it's really simple to me. I start every decision in my life with why. And I'll tell you this. I love the game of football. I was a kid that grew up in New York City and basketball all around me. And since from an early age, I loved the game of football. My mom would, when my dad was working, my mom would take me out, and I would say now, as I ran a fly route, she'd throw the ball as far as she could, and I would go over and try to catch it. And my dad, once a year, twice a year, would drive me to Pennsylvania, to Penn State, and watch games. I love the game of football. And football's done so much for me in my life. I was able to go to Penn State and was not a great player, but I was able to in some small part, contribute to that team. I was able then to go on and get my master's degree because of football. I was able to get into coaching, and football's brought me in all these places and to meet all these people, and it's brought me here today. It's a special game. It's the greatest game that there is. You walk into a locker room, there's guys of all ages, there's guys from all different parts of the country, there's guys of all shapes and sizes. Yet they come together to form a team and play the hardest game that there is to play. They play in bad weather. They play when they're injured. They play when they don't feel great. They find a way to get it done as a team. It's the greatest game that there is. And as I sat here and was trying to make a decision about my life, I said to myself, Matt, what do you want? And I want to go and be a part of the greatest game at the highest stage, and I just had to figure out where. I'm so excited to be a part of this community. I'm so excited to be a part of this team. I'm walking in, I just saw Steve Smith, and I'm sitting there saying to myself, my goodness, the people that have come before me, the greatness. I met Julius Peppers earlier, like Julius Peppers. The greatness of the men who have played the game for this franchise. And I want to continue that and build that. I want to make sure that the game is played the right way each and every day, not just in the games, but on the practice field, in the meeting rooms. I want to make sure that we honor this game that's given so much to us, and that we build a team that cares about each other, that plays hard for each other. And I think that all starts with me. So as I sit here and I accept this tremendous opportunity, I just want you to know that I will work tirelessly each day to bring you guys a championship, to bring you a championship. Because that's what this region deserves. And that's what the players who came before us deserve. And that's what the guys in that locker room, as I've had a chance to meet them, that's what they deserve. And as I said so many years ago, how do you do that? You just start building. One day at a time. I truly believe that everything counts and that everything's important. The way that I park my car in the morning, the way that I walk to the practice field, the way that I watch tape, everything that I do, everything that our players do, everything that anyone associated with the Carolina Panthers do, everything has got to be our best each and every day. And when you live a life like that, where everything's important, where no days are throwaways, you can be proud of the guy next to you. You can be proud of your effort. And most importantly, eventually success and championships will come. I was looking for an ownership who believed that. I was looking for a general manager who believed that. Who believed that life is not just about setting goals, it's about process. It's about the daily steps, the daily grind that you have to go through. I wanted to find people in an organization that's tough. That's tough. Keep pounding isn't just a slogan, it's a way of life. That when things are hard or when things are good, how you feel or what's happening can affect your effort each and every day. I wanted to come be a part of an organization that believes that, and I know that I found that. We're going to have a tough, hardworking, competitive team. Tough to me means that each and every day, no matter how we feel, no matter what the circumstances are, we're going to come to work and we're going to do our job and get it done. I want to have a hardworking team, a team that believes in relentless preparation. I want guys that love football. I want coaches that love football, that each and every day are searching for an edge. And then I want guys who are competitive, that want to be the best. Whether we're playing Madden or if we're playing in the championship game. They want to be the best each and every day, not just compared to the guy across from them, though that's important. They want to be at their best. They want to be the very best that they can be in everything that they do. I think when you have that mentality in the locker room, you can be special. When you have it with your coaching staff, you can be really good. And when it starts with your owner and it starts with your GM, you can be memorable. And that's what I found as we sat there and as I went through that process. A group of men that are committed to doing this the right way and doing it in a way that maybe hasn't been done. To the people that work in the building, to the people that wake up each and every day trying to make sure that the Carolina Panthers are their best, I just want you to know that I just want to be a small part of what we're all going to do together. To the people in the community, I want you to know that we are so excited to raise our kids here. We're so excited to give back to the community here. We want to be a part of this area. And to the players, I want you to know that each and every day I'm going to give you my best. I'm not a perfect man. I'm just doing the best I can to be the best that I can be. But I want you to know that if I'm going to ask you to be tough, hardworking, and competitive, I'm going to do that myself. I'm going to tell you when I'm wrong, and I'm going to push myself to be the very best that I can be. I'm going to hire the best staff that wants to be here. I want to coach guys that want to be here. And I want us to have not just a great season, but a great team that endures forever. So on behalf of my family, please let me say thank you. And if you would just bear with me, I want to make sure I thank all the players at Baylor, all the players at Temple. I would not be here if it were not for them. The guys who believed in me and bought into me, the guys in Texas that bought into this guy from Philadelphia, the guys in Philadelphia that bought into a coach they didn't know, all the coaches that worked with me, the staff, the administration at Baylor, the staff, the administration at Temple, Mac Rhodes, Linda Livingstone, Pat Kraft, thank you so much. I had great partners at Baylor. I found great partners here in Marty and Mr. Tepper. And I look forward to working each and every day with you to make us the best organization in the National Football League. We've already started working. After I'm done, I'm going to take my suit off and get back to work. And I promise you, you'll get my best. Keep pounding. Yeah!